Unit 6 assignment, Microloans in the Developing World by Madeline Renning. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to delve into the fundamental drivers of economic growth, exploring the various factors that enable nations and communities to prosper. Following that, we'll examine a compelling real-world case study demonstrating how targeted interventions like microfinance can catalyze significant positive change. Let's begin with natural resources. When we talk about the foundation of any economy, natural resources are paramount, fundamental to this economic growth. Think of them as the raw ingredients for development. A nation blessed with abundant and diverse resources, for example, fertile land for agriculture, vast freshwater reserves, dense forests, rich oil fields, or even significant mineral deposits, possess a distinct advantage. The sheer ability of these resources directly impacts a country's productive capacity. Moreover, the discovery of new resources can lead to significant economic booms, attracting investments and creating new industries. However, it is not just about quantity. The quality and accessibility of these resources are equally critical. For, for instance, rich, arable land is more valuable than rocky, barren terrain. Countries that lack sufficient or high quality natural resources often face an uphill battle in achieving rapid, sustainable economic development. They frequently must rely on imports, which can create trade imbalances and vulnerabilities. Moving on, we now consider population or labor. The size and structure of a population are crucial for economic indicators. Generally, in an economy with a larger population, it tends to develop at a faster rate. Why is this? That's because a larger population means a higher availability of potential workers, this then leading to a larger workforce. This provides the human power needed to fuel industries, to build infrastructure, and deliver services. A robust and growing workforce can drive innovation and productivity. However, it is not simply about the numbers. While a large potential workforce offers immense opportunity, it also carries a significant responsibility and potential risk, that being a higher unemployment rate. If an economy cannot create enough jobs to absorb its growing labor pool, social and economic challenges can arise. Therefore, the goal is not just to have a large population numerically, but also have a productive, engaged, and employed one. This brings us seamlessly into the concept of human capital. While population or labor refers to the sheer number of people, human capital dives deeper into that of labor force. It encompasses the abilities, the skills, the knowledge, the health, and also the overall quality of these workers. Investing in human capital is perhaps one of the most impactful strategies for economic growth. This meaning the investing in education, vocational training, healthcare, and professional development programs. By equipping individuals with better and more skillful knowledge and training, we make them more capable, more productive, and more innovative. Skilled workers can produce more goods and services, often of a higher quality, leading to increased productivity across various sectors. Therefore, an economy that prioritizes and cultivates a high level of human capital is intrinsically better positioned to develop and grow at an accelerated and sustainable rate for longer periods of time. Next, we have technology, a truly transformative force in the modern economic growth. In many ways, continuous improvements in technology represent the most effective path to sustained long run economic expansion. Technology allows us to do more with less. Think about it. Better technology enables higher productivity using the same amount of labor, or sometimes, in certain cases, even less. This leads to remarkable efficiency boosts, heightened output, and driving innovation across industries. Factors can then become more automated, more efficient, and more productive at significantly lower cost, which then translates to competitiveness, advantages, and higher profits. Technology facilities new business models, opening new markets, and creating entirely new industries. From advancements in artificial intelligence and biotechnology to improvements in manufacturing processes and communication, technology Technological progress is a constant engine of development, propelling economies forward into the new frontiers of possibility and prosperity. Now, let's transition from these broad economic drivers to a specific mechanism that can empower individuals and foster localized economic growth: microfinance. Microfinance institutions are critical organizations that step in where traditional financial services often fall short. They provide essential financial services to people in underdeserved communities, often in developing regions where access to conventional banks or loans is virtually non existent. These services typically include small loans, often called microcredits, which might be just hundreds of dollars. These seemingly small amounts can be life changing, enabling individuals to start or expand small businesses, improving their housing, or able to invest in education or even healthcare. All of these are pathways to better living conditions. Microfinance also extends beyond loans to include savings accounts and insurance, helping people manage their finances and protect against unforeseen circumstances. The overarching goal of microfinance is to help individuals and also families become profitably sustainable, empowering them to generate their own income and build assets. This self sufficiency then contributes directly and meaningfully to the broader economic growth of their communities and also their nations. To illustrate the tangible impact of microfinance, let me introduce to you our real life case study. Our loan applicant's name is Mohammed. He is from Pakistan and his business is an education provider. Mohammed runs a school, a vital service that is needed in his community. Mohammed approaches a microfinance institution with a very clear and set out objective. He requests a loan of just $725. His plan for this modest sum is incredibly impactful. His intentions are to build more rooms for his school, to house more students. During the review of various loan applications, Mohammed's request truly resonated and stood out. As someone who deeply appreciates the tireless efforts of all educators and fundamentally understands the transformation powers of education, Mohammed's initiative to improve his school was compelling. Many other applicants sought out loans to further their own personal education or skills, which is certainly valuable. However, Mohammed asking for a loan to expand educational opportunities for many others in his community, also showing his commitment to collective upliftment, to providing an education and foundation for future generations, made his application particularly noteworthy and commendable. It demonstrated a vision beyond personal gain, aiming instead for a communal benefit rather than just of his own. From an evaluation standpoint, I have a very strong and positive feeling about Mohammed's ability to repay his loan. Firstly, the amount requested was significantly lower than many other applications, and this smaller sum will suggest more manageable for him to pay back quickly, reducing the overall risk. Secondly, the purpose of the loan, expanding his school, stood out in a business decision standpoint. Increased capacity at the school will naturally lead to higher enrollment, thus more and more income for Mohammed, making repayment not just feasible, but a logical outcome of the growth of his business. Furthermore, the microfinance platform used incorporates a robust risk evaluation system. Borrowers are rated on a scale with 0 stars indicating extremely high risk. Mohammed impressively received a 4-star rating, indicating a low risk and a strong likelihood of successful repayment. This is a combination of a modest loan, a sound business plan, and a positive risk. This assessment makes him an ideal candidate. Let's consider the broader implications of this loan. The benefits of this investment extend much farther than just beyond Mohammed himself, positively impacting the entire community in multiple profound ways. Mohammed's loan request specifically highlighted the urgent need for these extra rooms due to a significant increase in enrollment. This means that with the expansion, more children will gain access to a quality education, an opportunity that might otherwise be unavailable to them due to overcrowding. Education is the cornerstone and individual and societal development, breaking cycles of poverty and fostering future progress. Beyond the direct educational benefits, the construction of these new rooms will likely create short term jobs for local laborers. In the longer term, An expanded school will require additional staff, using teachers, classroom aides, and more support personnel. This creates stable employment opportunities, injecting income and fostering greater economic stability within their community. It is a powerful example of how a relatively small microfinance loan can then go on to create a significant positive ripple effect, investing in human capital, fostering local employment, and laying out the groundwork for a brighter future. Thank you.